Oh, now I already know what time it is. Say, check me out, man. I was talking to my brother, man, and I was talking to Slim, and man just got to chopping it up, right? And as we was talking, he was telling me about this little young dude he had ran across, or whatever. Little young dude was telling me about how he finna go home and he finna pour a four. Now, when they say pour a four, that just mean, you know, he pouring a syrup, right? So, folk was telling me how old boy was running down to him, right? And then Kim folk was telling him, like, yeah, you know, I used to do that back in the day too. You know what I'm saying? And he started breaking down like little side effects that he started feeling and whatever. You know what I'm saying? Basically trying to give the little youngin some jewels, right? I'm here to tell y'all, bro, I swear you ain't gotta look. You ain't gotta like fake it with anybody, bro, just to kick it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I mean, right? What if little youngin, right, he just overheard Kim folk talking, right? Or you around somebody and you hear him talking and you're like, dang, bro, seem like he cool, or he a street dude, or he this or he that, you know what I'm saying? So you put on the whole faking a facade just so you could be cool with him, or so he could feel like you cool, right? That ain't cool. That right there, that ain't cool. Now, if you was to ever just put me, Slim, and Pip all in the room together, right? All three of us have different personalities, right? When we met in the 6th grade, the only reason we met was because of my cousin. See, my cousin and Slim, they was cool first. Then my cousin was like, hey, cuz, look, this Slim, y'all, you know what I'm saying? Wop. My first impression was like, damn, folk taller than a bitch, you know what I'm saying? 6th grade, he was taller than a bitch, you feel me? But I started to realize real quick, Slim was built different, right? He had a hustler mentality at a young age. And a lot of it he had to. You know what I'm saying? He had to do to put food on the table. You know what I'm saying? And at a young age, a lot of times you don't know what somebody dealing with. You don't know what they got to go through or none of that, right? I never once came around him and act like I was a street dude, or I was a, you know what I'm saying, a killer, or I was this, or that. Never once. I always remained me, and that's key, right? See, my cousin, he the same way, right? We all cut from different cloths, but my cousin never once came and be around Slim and act like he was a street dude, right? He was just him, bro, right? And I feel like that's why, to this day, we all remain in contact and we all look at each other like we brothers. You put all three of us in a room together and you be like, dang, these dudes funny as hell, bro, like that crazy, but all three of them different though, right? You would expect Slim to be only hanging around dope boys, only hanging around hustlers with that mentality, right? See, now he didn't change from that, but you can never, real hustlers don't change. You just move on to something different that you can move into a legal hustle. You see what I'm saying? That's all it is, bro, right? But we never once portrayed something that we wasn't. Even him, you see what I'm saying? Like, let's say you was a street dude or whatever, and you see the dude you think lame as hell, square dude, but he got all the females. You not gonna go over there, bro, and kick it with him, bro, and then like everything that from your core that you done learned, that go out the window just because you want to be around this dude because he got all the females. You're not gonna do that, bro. You're not gonna do that, and if you do, that's fake. That's fake. You not being yourself. No matter what, always be yourself. I don't care what the circumstances is, bro, because listen to me when I tell you this. Even those dudes who you want to impress, bro, they'll respect you more for being yourself than you being somebody who fake. Because what's done in the dark will come to light, and eventually you will get exposed, right? Let's say you chilling with kinfolk, right? And all these dudes you chilling with is street dudes, and you want to portray like you a street dude, right? And it could be something as little as a gang fight. A gang fight. Everybody that you was cool with, you was dapping up with, you was locking with. When I say locking, you locking whatever set they claim, y'all locking that in. You doing this every day with these dudes. And then the moment some pop off when the opposition come, and now it's a 10-on-10 fight, or you and your partners is only 3 or 4 y'all, but then it's like 4 or 5 other dudes then press y'all, right? And you run off the rip. After all that's gonna happen, bro, you have got exposed, right? You have now been exposed, and I promise you, bro, them dudes gonna be on you harder than the dudes who came at y'all, right? But you want to be fake, right? You want to live a life that you don't really live, right? And people see that, bro, and I promise you, bro, nobody gonna respect you no more after that. Don't nobody respect the dude who come around, bro, who fake. Nobody. I don't care what it is. You could be lame. Listen to me, bro. Listen to me. And here we go, right? So when I was coming up, I always thought I was a little pretty boy. I always wanted to mess with the females. You know what I'm saying? That was just me. You know what I'm saying? I always wanted to mess with the females. A real smooth talking dude, but I was real quiet too, though. You see what I'm saying? Just a normal dude, though. You feel me? Slim was the hustler. He had the hustler mindset. Yeah, I was trying to get to the money. I was trying to get to the next plan, the next mission. You know what I'm saying? And Pip was real book smart. Real smart. And he was real like you know, he just a smart dude all the way around, right? But at the same time, he funny as hell. Pip real funny as hell, and he'll get on your ass with no hesitation, right? So that was all three of us, but it's like not one time did we ever like switch who we was just to kick it with the other. Not one time. You see what I'm saying? And throughout the years, bro, we respected each other just because of that. That's what I'm saying. Like, I couldn't respect you if you came around me, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, I got a lot of stories about different females I done been with, different situations I done been in. I had kids at a young age. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got a lot of stories that benefit what I just told y'all. And a lot of stories that y'all already heard that I done told y'all match what I just told y'all. This is not something I'm just saying. This is my life. You feel me what I'm saying? And I never once switched up. Let's say you was kicking it with a dude who went to prison, right? This dude done been through war, right? And you want to come around this motherfucker acting like you done real deal been to jail or prison, but you ain't never been at none in your life. Bro, you was a suburban kid, bro. You had a white picket fence. Both your mama and your daddy was in your life. They never got a divorce. You never once had to think, well, what we gonna eat for dinner tonight? Or I ain't got no clothes, mama. Or I'm gonna just have to go with my dirty clothes and get some clothes out. You ain't never once had to do that, bro. But you want to get around these street dudes and act like you street, or you want to get around this dude who really been through something in life, or he done been to prison, and you want to act like you real deal can relate to what he been through, right? And then all of a sudden, when it come out that you was never cut like that, bro, I promise you, bro, that everything, you might even get beat up. You might right there on spot, bro. They might feel like, bro, like, why would you even play me like that? Why would you even play me like that? I would have rather you kept it 100 how you was. You get way more respect when you keep it 100 how you is. I don't care what nobody say. I am living proof of that. A lot of dudes I kick it with, bro, come from different backgrounds. I done kicked it with street dudes. I done kicked it with lame dudes. I done kicked it with square dudes, quiet dudes, nerdy dudes, just out the way dudes, mellow dudes. You know what I'm saying? Down to earth. I done kicked it with everybody, bro. And a lot of people be cool with me just based off the fact that I am not gonna sit up here, bro, and act like something I ain't. I could never do that. Like, I don't even know how y'all do that, bro. You know how much energy it takes to lie, and then you know how much energy it takes to keep up with that lie that you made, because you gotta go back on the lie that you told. Like, damn, did I say, oh fuck, I didn't say that. Have you ever met somebody, bro, that came around, he started talking differently? Like all of a sudden, bro, just talking differently, bro. You like, bro, you ain't never talked like that, bro. You ain't never been like that. You ain't never been even cut like that, for like, what are you talking about right now? You know what I'm saying? Why are you trying to talk like you black, bro? Like, what you on? You feel me? Like, nah, we don't respect that, bro. Like, don't nobody respect like a liar, bro. You know what I'm saying? Nobody gonna respect you and you sitting up here lying and shit, bro. But that's just real, though. I don't think a lot of people understand that, you know what I'm saying? And as me and him was just talking, you know what I'm saying? Me and Slim was just sitting there talking not too long ago. I was telling him, I said, man, you know, I said, bro, that's why I love you, though, because I brought an idea to him, a business proposition, business idea to him. And I knew that he was coming into the changing part of his life. I can start to see it and everything, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, bet, let me run this to him, because my mindset now is, well, for a while it's always been like this, but now I'm really diving into what I really want to do with my life. You see what I'm saying? Like, And I ran him an idea because I know what type of dude he is, you see what I'm saying? And ever since I started running these ideas to him, he's constantly, hey, what about this? Hey, what about this? Hey, we should do this. Hey, we should do this. I like the we part of it, but see, I'm going to tell you, right? See, my YouTube page that I got right now, that's my YouTube page. What me and my brothers are going to do, that's a whole nother business adventure that we're going to be on. You see what I'm saying? And I want to build that with them. Right, my day ones, the ones that I came out the mud with, people that I know I can trust. You see what I'm saying? We want to have different business avenues, right? Something to leave our kids behind. It ain't even got to be just this, though. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, like from when I even started all this, like all I wanted to do was reach one and teach one, right? And it's crazy the fact that my brother Slim listened to my stories and he like, damn, Bill, like, I respect what you doing. You see what I'm saying? That go back to me not being something that I'm not. I don't have to get on here and tell a whole bunch of stories and then it sounded good as hell, but none of it was true. Y'all seen that one story that I did, right? When I said about Kinfolk had called me up and then we went over there. He had to get some money and he ended up pistol whipping folk and I stole off on the dude and they came back and started shooting us. And then at the end I said, at the very end, right, I said I had woke up from a dream, but then, you know, that's how a lot of y'all be capping when y'all be telling stories, but that's real. Not only just telling a story, that's how a lot of y'all be, period. A lot of y'all want to come on and sound cool and be around somebody who you think like, you know what I'm saying, a cool ass dude or a street dude or whatever the case, that you can benefit off him just so he could look at you like you cool, but you was lying about everything that you had said. So then when it all come out, nah, bro, man, I just thought you was cool people, bro. I don't even know why I did that, bro. Like, I don't even know why I had said all that, bro. Man, please forgive me, big bro. Like, hey, you know what I'm saying? I just really wanted to kick it with you, woo woo. You could have said that from the jump, though, but you had told me all this over here, but you not that. Like, that don't make no sense. That right there don't even go hand in hand. It don't. I don't care what nobody say. Lying to somebody, bro, about who you really is, you know what I'm saying, don't go hand in hand. How you gonna lie to me or lie to people on the internet or do whatever you doing, all you doing is lying? How you expect somebody to respect that? And then once it come out that you was lying, then you want to come up with a whole nother, this is why I did this. You can't justify you lying. That don't make no sense. I don't care what nobody say. You can never justify off of why you lied. Unless you was in the streets, like real tough, and your old lady had asked you, like, babe, that's business that you keep her out of. That's when you lie and it's okay. You see what I'm saying? I could respect that. I could respect that you not putting your old lady in the business or you putting your mama in your business because you out here and you in the streets and you doing what you're doing. I don't condone in that. I'm just saying, if you gonna live by the street codes, those are the street codes. You know what I'm saying? So, but it was good talking to him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could see he really invested in it, and I was already invested in it though. You know what I'm saying? Him and my cousin, like, we really did invested in doing this podcast. That's the next step for me. But the first step is to build my platform on YouTube first. You know what I'm saying? And then everything else will trickle down and you know, be plentiful. I could see it. I got this vision, and it's right in front of me, and I could grab it at any time. But at the same time, I want it to be right. Now, not everything is going to be perfect, and you got to fail. So you got to fail sometimes in life for you to get to where you want to get to, right? And I understand that, you know what I'm saying? Trust me when I tell you that. I heard somebody say, you never know what you will be good at or what you will succeed at until you try. And then you got to fail sometimes to get to where you really want to be in life. And I get that, though. Don't get me wrong. I get that, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I started to do this YouTube thing. The craziest thing was I started doing the YouTube. At first I wasn't going to like jump right into it and do the YouTube. I was just going to keep doing the stories on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook and everything. You know what I'm saying? I was just going to keep doing that. And then in the midst of that, right, I ended up, my father looking at something. I ended up losing my breath one day because I had stopped smoking the vapes, right? So then it had did something to my body. I stopped smoking the vapes, and then it kind of changed me. That same day when all that happened, I ended up talking to my old lady. We talked, and I was just telling her, like, hey, you know what I'm saying? I was still hitting the pins or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Basically lying to her, you know what I'm saying? Which was crazy as hell, because that's my wife. That's my future, you know what I'm saying? Like, why would I not? No, well, I was just really just being dishonest, you know what I'm saying? Not keeping it a buck with her, you know what I'm saying? And the craziest thing was the moment that I had told her all this, and I knew at that point, like, I was serious, like, all right, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna smoke no more, because I was still trying to get back into the trucking, you know what I'm saying? Which I just got back into trucking, which thank God for that. I ain't gonna lie to you. That little 3-month absence from that had taught me a lot, though, you know what I'm saying? And then listen to this, right? Because they say everything happened for a reason, right? Listen to this. When I had lost my truck driving job, right, it had forced me to start using my brain more, because I wasn't having that money coming in from trucking, right? So I started using my brain more, and I had got another job. And then in the midst of me having a job, me and my cousin and another brother was talking, you know what I'm saying? Huncho, we was all talking about doing this podcast, right? And they came to me about it. I didn't even go to them about it. They had came to me and was like, bro, we should start a podcast. And like my cousin, he used to always tell me, like, bro, we should start a podcast. We should start a podcast. We should start a podcast, right? All I watch all day is podcast shit. Like, that's all I watch all day is podcast, or like people telling life stories. I've been watching this ever since I started driving trucks 3 years ago, because when I'm going down the road and ain't got nobody to talk to, I just listen to the podcast, right? So subconsciously, I've been learning how to do this without me even knowing that I was learning how to do this, right? Now, when my cousin them kept saying that, mind you, like I said, I wasn't making this truck driving money, so, you know what I'm saying, I had a lot of free time on my hands, right? So, man, I had just one day, bro, I just was like, you know what? I was like, man, they ain't talking about doing nothing, bro, because ain't nothing had got done yet. You know what I'm saying? It's probably like a month or two after we just been talking about it, right? And at this point in time in my life, I'm like, bro, I'm more on actions. And there's no knock to them, though, you know what I'm saying? There's no knock to them for nothing. But I think that this is how it all started, though, right? The moment I had lost my truck driving job, right? And then I got to the company I'm at right now, right? At first, they wouldn't even offer me the truck driving job. I had just told them about it, and they was like, you know, give us a couple months, and then we'll see what's up. Bet. And, man, they just weren't doing what I wanted them to do, my peoples, with the podcast shit. So I just cut my phone on, I just, boom, made a video. I made that video, and it didn't go viral, right? But to me, it went viral. To me, it went viral, bro, because a whole bunch of people on my Facebook started watching it. Hey, drop part 2. When you gonna drop part 2? Hey, bro, I love your story. Woo, woo, woo. And that right there just, I'm talking about, like, boosted my head up, bro. And I was like, you know what? I can do this. I can do this. That's what I told myself. Like, I can do this, right? And so I kept doing it. And the craziest thing was, all that happened because I had lost my job driving trucks. You can believe it or not if you want to, but I'm telling you right now, if I would have never lost my job driving trucks, I would have never started doing the YouTube shit. I would have never started, even before YouTube, I would have never started dropping videos, you know what I'm saying? I would have never even entertained the whole podcast shit. I would have never did none of that, because I ain't had no time to do it. But then once I started having free time on my hands, instead of just wasting it, you know what I'm saying? Wasting all my free time, I actually started doing something that, one, I really like to do. 2, that's beneficial not only to me, but to a lot of other people who listen to my stories, right? And I feel like I'm finding myself as a man. You see what I'm saying? And then God went back, taught me a lesson, or He taught me a lesson, and then put me right back in the trucking. That's crazy to me, right? Just based off of all that, though, right? Look where we at now. See what I'm saying? Me bringing my brothers in, telling him, like, bro, I got this vision. I already started my vision. I'm building that up. You know what I'm saying? Let's try to get another avenue going. Let's start a podcast. See what I'm saying? Now, when I'm saying this, so I'm already, bro, I got notes jotted down, right? I got agendas. I got things I want to talk about. Anytime I get on the video and I start, at first I was just getting up freestyling. I just get up because I got stories on top of my head for days, you know what I'm saying? I just, let me talk about this, right? But now a lot of times what I like to do is I like to make notes of what I wanna talk about, right? And as far as this right here, like this video right here, it only came because I just got off the phone with him, right? I just got off the phone with him, so I was like, ooh, let me drop this, right? Boom. But a lot of times, bro, I like to get in my notes and then jot a couple notes down that I want to talk about, key points that I want to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, like with the whole kidnapping rape situation, right? That's real. Like that really happened. Like, I don't have to lie about that. Like, it's people who can vouch for me. Like, my mama can vouch, my brother. Like, it's like that shit real. You know what I'm saying? But like, for instance, with that one, let's say I didn't drop it yet, and now I want to drop it. Like, I go in my notes and be like, okay, what I want to talk about? Ooh, kidnapping rape. Okay, kidnapping rape. What happened? Now I'm gonna refresh my memory. What happened? Okay, this happened, this happened, this happened, this happened, this happened. So now I got my notes right here, right now. I just be like, okay, boom, boom, and now boom, and I go. See what I'm saying? It really started to put me in a business mindset of saying that I want more and I want to grow. Right? I want more and I want to grow, right? But at the same time, if I start growing, I start doing this, I start doing this. But everything I'm telling y'all, I'm lying about it, right? And then y'all eventually find out, like, bro lied about everything that he said, bro. This dude lied about him being on ice. This dude lied about all the females he done did. This dude lied about all the out-of-town stories he had came out with, bro. This dude done lied about the people he done kicked it with, bro. This dude whole story is based off a lie. And then that gets out, nothing else that I do would matter because I started out with a lie. That's just like you in that relationship. You go in that relationship and you start lying, or you get in that relationship and all of a sudden you start lying, everything else does not matter. That person that you're dealing with will now look at you forever like you a liar. If you have a business partner and you and your business partner doing business and you sitting up here lying to your business partner and all of it come out, you will not have a business partner no more. Because that person gonna look at you like you was just a liar. It don't matter what you do. It don't matter who you deal with. You start lying, that person gonna immediately look at you like you a liar. And you gonna, in your mind, you gonna be feeling so played about it because you know the truth hurts. And now you know, like, damn, I was lying, but let me try to justify why I lied. No, it don't work like that. And it never will work like that, right? Man, look, we don't ask for three things, man. Guidance, knowledge, and wisdom, man. If it ain't that, y'all already know what time it is with me. And it's crazy, like, even like when I watch my videos, like just that little part right there, right? The little parts like this, and I know this kind of off subject, but I think it's pretty cool to me. When I first started my videos, I just cut the camera on, and I was like, whoa, now y'all already know what time it is, and I just jumped into it, right? And then at the very end of my video, at the beginning, I say, whoa, now y'all already know what time it is, and then at the ending, bro, once I give y'all the guidance, knowledge, and wisdom, now I be like, y'all already know what time it is, whoa, now. It's like I reversed it. That's the dopest shit to me ever. I know it's something so small, but I created that on my own without even me thinking about it. That was so organic and so natural that it just came out and it just kept coming out. I used to watch people like Jay Williams. When Jay Williams first started, right, he'll come out with his intro, right, and then at the end he used to say like the same lines, you know what I'm saying? You know I done seen it, you know I done lived it, so let's relive it, you know what I'm saying, like that. And then like at the end of his videos he say the same thing, but it's like in my mind I used to be like, damn, like how he remember to just say that every time, right? How does he remember to say that every time? Now I know it came out so organic, so natural that he didn't have to think about none of that. Even like Joe Baker, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so boom, like all that, bro. Like I watch all that, you know what I'm saying? All them, boy, I watch them, you know what I'm saying? And then you see how they perfected their craft, right? I'll never be like them, right? I could never be like somebody else because that's fake as hell to me, right? But I took something out of everybody's page, right? I took it all out their page. I stacked it up. I stacked it up and I, made it real nice and neat. You see what I'm saying? Man, I ripped all that shit up. And I made it me. I made it Key. I made it Louisiana. You feel me? I made it who I know I am. You feel me? Just by that dude that tripping, bro. Bro, you was in there, bro. Somebody in here speeding on this little bit of that road. Like, who does that then? Anyway, so but yeah, I took a whole bunch of pages out of everybody's book and I mastered it, or I'm trying to master it, you know what I'm saying? And then I ripped it all up and I made it me, you know what I'm saying? So y'all already know what time it is. Oh, nah.